The Pan-African Journey International. Conference Room. Manchester, 1945. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters from across the world, we are gathered here today for a cause far greater than any one of us alone. The fate of Africa, of its people, its cultures, its future, is at stake. Let not forget.
My brothers and sisters, we gather here not simply as delegates or politicians, but as soldiers in the fight for Africa's liberation. The time for Africa to speak has come. We must end the oppression that binds us, not through violent outcry, but through unity and shared purpose. Africa must unite, if it is to rise from the chains that bind us. These borders drawn by men who never set foot on our soil, these laws written to keep us subservient. The only way forward is together. We must embrace Pan-Africanism, to see past the borders, to build a new Africa for future generations.
The future of Africa is not to be dictated by colonial masters. Africa is for Africans.
Brothers and sisters, we are not here to ask for freedom. We are here to demand it. We are not children of a lost continent. We are the children of the greatest empires the world has ever known. It's time we rise again. This is not just a political movement. This is the rebirth of Africa, a united Africa.
Africa shall not be free until all Africans from the Cape to Cairo can walk proudly on their own soil.
We must be united, not just in words, but in action. An Africa divided will never stand against the powers of the world.
Unity is a dream that cannot be achieved overnight. We are too many nations, too many tribes.
It was one thing to speak of unity in theory, but here, in this room, the weight of centuries of division pressed down on us.
International Technology Hub, Lagos, 2024 Day.
Africa is not just rising, it's leading. A powerful declaration of Africa's transformation from a continent once seen as dependent to one that is now defining its own future. This line symbolizes the shift from survival and recovery to innovation, leadership, and influence. It encapsulates the idea that Africa is no longer merely catching up to the world, but actively shaping global trends in technology, culture, and economics. It's a statement of pride and a vision of the future, where Africa stands as a trailblazer on the world stage. Our platform connects African farmers directly to international markets using blockchain. We cut out middlemen, reduce corruption, and empower local economies. Africa has the fastest growing population of young people in the world. If we invest in tech and infrastructure now, we won't just catch up. We'll lead. Africa is not just rising, it's leading. This line symbolizes the shift from survival and recovery to innovation, leadership, and influence. It encapsulates the idea that Africa is no longer merely catching up to the world, but actively shaping global trends in technology, culture, and economics. It's a statement of pride and a vision of the future, where Africa stands as a trailblazer on the world stage.
Pan-African Festival. Dakar, Senegal. Night. African Union President. Tonight, we celebrate not just our cultures, but our unity. For too long, Africa has been divided by borders drawn by others. But look at us now. Nations standing side by side, people coming together as one. Let us remember Marcus Garvey's visionary Back to Africa movement, which called for African unity and self-determination. Let us honor the heroic Ethiopian victory over Italy under Emperor Menelik II, a beacon of African resistance against colonization. And let us celebrate the Harlem Renaissance, a powerful cultural movement that ignited pride in African heritage, inspiring generations across the diaspora to reclaim their identity. The crowd roars in agreement, clapping and cheering. The energy is electric. In the spirit of Pan-Africanism, we have come to understand that we are stronger together. And as we move into this new century, this African Renaissance, Let us not forget the sacrifices of those who came before us, who fought for this unity. Africa is not just the past. We are the future. Together, we will build the world's most innovative economies, the richest cultures, and the strongest nations. And you're leading the charge. Africa's time is now. We are the architects of our own destiny. The world will no longer define us. We define ourselves, strong, united, and ready to rise. This is your time now.